All right, now an F.I.R. has been registered for use of derogatory comments on Virat Kohli and Dhoni's daughters. The Delhi Women's Panel Chief, Swati Maliwal, has sent a notice to Delhi police over inappropriate comments that were made on social media platforms on these cricketers' daughters. The cops have now started investigation against Twitter accounts that posted derogatory comments against Vamika Kholi, Virat Kohli's daughter, and Ziva Dhoni, Mahendra Singh Dhoni's daughter. In fact, both little girls, they received much hate on social media platforms. People there saying all sorts of, making all sorts of comments, which now the women's chief in Delhi have taken note of. An F.I.R. now has been lodged for all these derogatory comments made on Virat Kohli and Dhoni's daughters. Delhi Women's Panel Chief Swati Maliwal sends a notice to Delhi police over this inappropriate comments being made on social media platforms against these cricketers' daughters. Cops have now started investigation against the Twitter accounts that had posted such derogatory comments against Vamika Kholi and Ziva Dhoni. In fact, a lot of hate messages, a lot of cruel threats that were issued on social media platforms like Twitter. And this, of course, was taken up formally by the women's panel. Both the star cricketers have lovely little daughters, very young, in fact, toddlers. Vamika Kholi and Ziva Dhoni. Both the young girls are victims of hate on social media platforms. In fact, they've been targeted by people on Twitter for no good reason. And comments coming in, all sorts of comments, hate, threats. And at this point, the Delhi Women's Panel Chief, Swati Maliwal, has now taken cognizance, issued a notice to the Delhi police asking for strict action and an investigation into those very said Twitter accounts that had made such derogatory comments against Vamika Kholi and Ziva Dhoni. Here you have two young girls who unfortunately are victims to all sorts of hate that's spewed on social media platforms for whatever reason that people want to target Virat Kohli or Mahendra Singh Dhoni, are choosing to lash out at their little girls. In fact, Virat Kohli's daughter, very young, Ziva, as we see that Vamika Kholi, who is Virat Kohli's daughter, Virat and Anushka's daughter, very young, at this point, barely a toddler, and she's already receiving all sorts of hate messages on social media platforms. And even Mahendra Singh Dhoni's daughter, Ziva Dhoni, again, a very young girl who's, you know, at this point has no relation to what their parents do, clearly are the victims of all kinds of hate by people who want to show themselves as anonymous, do not even have the courage to name themselves, but through anonymous accounts come out with much hate, threats issued against these little daughters on social media platforms. In full public glare, you have people commenting all sorts of things, which now a strict notice has been sent by the Women's Commission, Swati Maliwal, to the Delhi police for investigation into these Twitter accounts. Who are these Twitter accounts making such comments, derogatory comments? They need to be dealt with immediately. Shreya Chatterjee joining us on the phone line for more. Shreya, what kind of comments were really made against Virat Kohli and Mahendra Singh Dhoni's daughter? Would you be able to give us a sense on how serious this matter is, that you had the Delhi Women's Commission, the Swati Maliwal herself, the chief, sending out a notice to the Delhi police to investigate and initiate and launch an investigation into those said Twitter accounts?
Well, Nabila, first and foremost, the kind of these statements were sent out by some accounts, which were troll accounts primarily, were derogatory and threats directly that were given to both the daughters of Dhoni and Virat Kohli. What we're right now learning, obviously, the Swati Maliwal has sent a notice to the police to look into the matter. Remember, these comments earlier when it happened had received lot of flack also. But right now, with Kholi Dhoni writing this, it would be important to know that Delhi police initiate some action. But primarily, the comments that we're talking about were ideally threats directly to the children of both Dhoni and Virat Kohli, is what we are aware of.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us on that.